Hey guys, what's up? It's Bib07 here again, and welcome to another RS3 main vlog here today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the patch notes for this week, so as a result of that, it's going to be a pretty short one here. Just doing Strange Rock stuff in this video. Like I said last week, my parents did come to visit this weekend, so I wasn't really able to play too much, and as a result, I wasn't really able to edit or anything, but I will be doing some editing this week, although I am busy at work this week, unfortunately. I still should have at least a little bit of time to edit and make a Collection King video for the week, and then after this week is over, everything will be back to normal, and I will be not having this. I have like a conference all week at work, and yeah, but this weekend I should be able to play quite a bit, and then all next week I shouldn't have any restrictions. And next week, of course, the new Elite Dungeon is coming out, so I'm going to be playing that and hopefully showing you guys my first impressions and stuff when that does come out. But first things first, let's get into the actual page, and they try to cop out a little bit here for the fact that there is literally pretty much nothing that came out this week, not even really any patches, which kind of sucks. They call it a patch week like an iceberg, and the reason they call it that is because there is very little that is visibly changed within the game, but apparently they did do a lot of things to accommodate for the advent of RS Mobile, which I guess involves changing a lot of interfaces and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what all was changed. There was a few different looking buttons and stuff, like in the GE or, in certain interfaces, but I'm not sure how that all, ties in with mobile, but I still am interested to see how absolutely shafted your battery is going to get with mobile, because if old school's mobile is any, indication of that, you're basically going to open up RS3 mobile and your phone's going to be dead within 5 seconds, so you're not going to be able to log in. But we'll have to see. Hopefully they can optimize it a little bit better than the old school one is currently. But yeah, they also relisted the benefits for this weekend. This weekend is the first summer weekend, so that's going to be Sophonem and Menaphos bonuses. Namely, the main ones of those, of course, are the 50% increased rep in Menaphos, 25% increased Slayer XP within the Sophonem Slayer dungeon. Those are the two main attractions from this weekend. And there's also 75% increased experience from Shifting Tombs, though I'm pretty sure Shifting Tombs experience is pretty trash, so it's not really worth worrying about. But either way, let me pull up the actual patch notes page, and this is probably one of the shortest patch notes pages I've ever seen. And it's a patch week. Like, you'd think they still would have had at least some other changes to add in here, but there's essentially only two real things that are worth mentioning on this page, and the first being the pet thresholds for Nex, Angel of Death, Solak, and Siriu from the first Elite Dungeon. Pet thresholds have been modified and are now at 1/5 of their base chance, which was the standard for pretty much all bosses before them. So I'm not sure why they ended up not following that for them until now, but they have been realigned, which kind of stinks for some people who maybe have gone dry on, maybe the AOD pet for a while. Obviously, Solak and Siriu not really been out for that long, so it's not as big an issue, but I believe the base drop rate for the AOD pet is 1 in 3k, which would put the new threshold, which previously was 1 in 1k, down to not 1 in 1k, but the threshold was 1k. That would put it down to 600, which still is pretty high for that boss, considering, it's a pretty high level boss, and it takes a while to get a lot of kills there, since it's usually done in 7-man. So you can't really do it whenever you want. But yeah, I guess that's just what they want to do, make boss pets a bit more rare. And then Solak is 1 in 1200 drop rate, meaning the threshold would be something kind of weird, probably like 250 or something. Let me just do the 240 is the threshold for him. So that's a bit of a weird number, but yeah, it's in line. I mean, the 1 in 1200 is really the reason that it's weird. But then you have Siryu, so that is actually a pretty big change because it is a 1 in 300 drop rate in solos, meaning to get the first threshold, you only have to do, is it 60 solos at this point? So that's a bit more reasonable than what it was before. It was 250 previously, which is ridiculous for one threshold on a 1 in 300 rate. Doesn't make any sense, especially given the amount of time it takes to complete the dungeons. And then the drop rate in teams is like 1 in 1500. So, I mean, you're never really going to get it in a team. Like, if you're going for the pet, go for solos. I'm not even going to bother mentioning the updated threshold because honestly, it doesn't really make a difference. But I'm glad they changed those to be more in line with those. And I mean, I'll always take them being a bit easier to get, considering I don't have any of those boss pets yet currently on my account. So yeah, that's those changes right there. And then the other change is they actually brought back something that I used to use a lot back in the day, around when EOC first was released, and there is an option to choose or cycle between targeted NPCs, and you can head to the controls interface to customize the keybinds. So let's check this out. I haven't checked it out yet. Who knows where it is in here? It could be anywhere. Next action bar, no. Where is target directly? This used to be in the game. This used to be automatically bound to, I think this was before you could even customize your buttons on your ability bar. I don't really remember when this was. It was a long time ago though, really long time ago, like right around when EOC first came out. And when they removed it, I was a bit disappointed because I did use it quite a bit for several different things. Really, you could use it to target something and then use an ability like snipe to get a preemptive strike on it. That was back when snipe used to last or take a lot longer too. But you could use snipe and then they wouldn't attack you until your snipe actually went off, giving you a bit of a little bit of free damage. That wasn't super useful, but one thing I did use it for a lot, and this was actually back when I used to do my Majrat Master series, so I was doing a lot of Glaciors, was targeting the Enduring Glaciate at Glaciors. I would just use this button for that, and it was pretty useful. But yeah, they have brought this back. They make it sound like it's something new, but it did used to exist. I'm not sure why they ended up removing it, but it is back now. I don't know what. I'll just put it on this. I don't know what that. Just Unbound. I think it was like Blood Blitz or something. But let's see. Yeah. So that's basically how it used to work. You would just press the button, and you could click. And you could click and target somebody. Let's go. I think there's guys over here that you can fight, right? No, this is Cruz. Kadarn would be. Are they over here? Yeah, they're over here. I'll just go test it. I mean, obviously, it's pretty intuitive how it's going to work, so not really anything too, crazy to show off, but you can just target it, and now, oh wow, there's a pretty crazy animation on that. Not sure why that's like that. That is a weird little animation they have for it, but see, now I'm targeting this guy, and if I were to use one of my abilities, they would go for him, and I haven't actually clicked on him to, provoke his aggression yet. So I think that's great that they brought it back. I can't really see it being super useful anywhere. Maybe obviously it might make it a little easier to do some things. I'm not sure, but for things like Telos and stuff, I mean, when you're doing golems, you usually just right-click the whole stack of them. But still, something that I did like to use back in the day and was sad when it was removed, and they've brought it back. So, you won't catch me complaining. I'm glad to see it again. You guys can let me know if you remember that back in the day when it used to be an option. It was pretty nice to use, at least in my opinion. But other than that, I mean, there's a few very minor changes that basically don't mean anything. And then I don't think there was anything else. There's no ninja fixes. And they have here listed that they performed maintenance on approximately 300 interfaces across RuneScape in preparation for mobile, such as Birthright Games Room, Pest Control, Reward Shop, Remote Farm, and much, much more. So you might see some of your interfaces looking a bit different because of that. But yeah, that's basically it, you guys. Just like I said, wanted to make a short video covering these and saying that I am going to be able to hopefully make a Collection King video this week when I'm not at my conference, and my parents, the visit was pretty nice, but yeah, they have headed home now, and I'm going to be back to playing quite a bit more and continuing. I'm actually going pretty hard for comp at this point. I am 114 dunge, 4.5 mil off of 115. I've been doing that quite a lot, and I'm going to try and go straight out for 120 at this point. I only just recently found out you can buy Garajo cards from the guy who came in the game with Temple of Amanishi, so I have been utilizing him. I also bought the permanent gold accumulator, so have that as well, but I'm currently 63 out of 69 for comp. I used that guy to buy all the yak cards I needed for the potion recipes, and I've also been getting quite a few of the XP doubling cards from him, and I'm going to probably continue buying those for my warped floors, as those are pretty sweet. I can get like 800k XP in a warped floor with bonus and all that, all stacked on top of each other, so it's pretty sweet. But yeah, I'm going to continue going for the comp while I'm still going to be doing raids every 2 days and stuff like that, but hopefully I can manage to get that pretty soon. I think I have enough clips for 2 Collection King videos to do in the meantime anyways, so it won't be any real lapse of content in there, and once I have Dunge out of the way, I'll be a lot more motivated to go for Slayer. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.